How many knuckles, Oscar?
At least 10.
All right.
Okay.
Good enough. And with that, welcome to the Cabros podcast.
Good morning.
It's been a minute.
Good morning.
Guten Abend.
Home
Yes,
7:30.
indeed.
Yeah.
Oscar, how are you doing?
Doing good. How's everyone else doing?
Oh, quite well.
Good. It's good.
Cyrus, how you doing?
I'm still upset Oscar said good morning.
Good morning.
Is there a
Yeah,
problem?
That was
It's morning
a little fast
somewhere.
Is
backwards.
there a problem?
It's morning in Japan right now.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
is it? What time
Yeah.
is it?
We got the converter out. I think it's like 8 hours ahead.
No.
It's like a whole day, isn't it?
11:44 in the morning.
Okay, is it
Oh,
the
wow.
same day?
No,
No,
it's
they're ahead of
a
us.
day
Oh, it's
ahead.
Yeah, day
tomorrow.
ahead.
It's
Okay.
The dateline's like by Australia, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Australia is like an hour ahead of Japan.
Like on New Year's, Australia's the first country to light up fireworks because they're the first
Oh,
to turn
okay.
into the new year.
It's
For
11:44 somewhere.
There you go.
Yeah.
And with that, welcome Miranda. This is our guest this week. You're an active military in what branch?
I'm in the Marine Corps.
Okay, and you're stationed out in Japan still?
Yes.
Okay. How do you like that?
It's a time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I can imagine. I've never been outside of the country, but I can imagine it's hard to adapt to a new place like that.
Yes.
Not really, because we live on. So as soon as you get back on base, it's kind of just like a tiny America.
Okay.
And then you go off base, you just have to be respectful and like
Right.
understand important things of Japanese culture.
For
so
sure.
like make people mad. Like you can't spit on the ground.
Hmm.
Like they
Oh,
get
wow.
really upset about that.
Hmm.
You can't spit on the ground in Australia either, but they'll actually punch you over that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Goodness.
like Australians have no filter.
No.
They do not care.
So
No.
I'd assume it's a very clean environment then?
Yes. There's no trash. There's also no street parking. So like when you're walking down the street, like it looks weird. Like it looks like not real. It's because they don't have street parking.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all indoors
For
Or underground.
or underground.
So they have a lot of
Huh.
parking garages, but like they'll go up like 6 stories and then down 3.
Hmm.
And then
Whoa.
some of them they have like carousels that you just pull your car into, and they like it goes in
Oh
a
my
circle,
God.
and then
What?
and then your car just sits in there.
Wh-
I used one of those one time, and like he kept telling me to pull forward, so I was pulling forward, but like I wasn't pressing the gas at all. I was just letting the car idle into
forward,
the
yeah.
spot, and he kept telling me to go slower, and I was like, "How do you want me to go slower?" And then I like stepped on the brake, and the car stopped, obviously, and he was like, "Go," and I was like, "What do you want me to do?" And it was like broken.
Stop.
It was like broken English because like he didn't know very much English, and I don't really know Japanese at all, so I was like, it's a lot of like
Nihongo desu.
yeah.
Yeah, that-
Cyrus should have been there.
It's a lot of just talking with your hands and then they'll
Nippon!
understand.
Yeah.
Nippon!
Like hand signals and such.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's wild. It sounds very cool though. Thank you for your service. for
Yeah,
one.
absolutely.
What do you do?
I work in the military version of Amazon.
Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
like distribution and such.
Yeah.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
that's pretty cool though.
Hey, that's important.
Yeah.
It needs to be done.
Yes.
People
Yeah.
need their mail.
It's
Exactly.
an underestimated
Well, no, I'm
field.
not postal.
Oh,
It's probably got a job.
Postal is a completely different thing.
okay.
It sounds like you could have like a really exotic job title for something
You
more
could. So
luxurious.
my job title. So I'm a 3051. So like that's basically just a warehouseman and a box kicker. But my official title is inventory management specialist.
Oh, there you
That
go.
So like
sounds-
it sounds
That's a
cool,
resume title
sounds
right
but
there.
it's not. I just kind of stack boxes all day. That's about it. But it's fun. I get to do actually like Marine Corps stuff
Mm.
though every year. Like I don't just sit in the warehouse all the time. But
Oh, okay. Like what
Yeah.
what are those like other things you do?
we have to go in qual every year. So like we shoot, we do martial arts, we do
Oh, okay.
like swim qual. You have to go jump off a tower. Like we do some cool
Oh,
stuff.
wow.
We can go in like field ops and stuff and like go play around and patrol and do everything like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is it like rotate?
You
or
have
is
to go
it
through
just-
SEER.
You don't have to go through SEER. So you get selected to go through it. We do like the online portion, but that's about it. But you have to be like, there needs to be a reason for you to go do SEER training, or like you get the opportunity to, you have to like jump on it. Because if you don't jump on it, then they're gonna send somebody else to it.
Makes sense.
What's SEER for those that don't know?
It's a special combat training. So like they handcuff you and you have to get out of them and stuff like that. That's
Oh,
all I know
wow.
about
Like
it. I don't know
Houdini
much.
stuff?
Kind of. I don't know much about it. One of my recruiters went to SEER training and he said that it was really cool.
Oh, all right.
I bet. That sounds pretty crazy.
But like
Oh.
I don't know much about a lot of trainings because it's like classified. You're not really supposed to talk about it.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
I'll
So I only know
redact
something.
redact all this right now. Strike from the record.
Well, it's cool because if you ever become a rapper, your producer tag could be like 3051, bitch. And it sounds so cool.
That's cool.
Oh shoot. That's cool though. Where else have you traveled?
Just Australia and Japan. I've been to
Okay.
Hiroshima a bunch of times. I went to Fukuoka. Fukuoka is kind of like one of the party cities, so it's kind of just
Oh,
like the
for
Reno
sure.
of
A
Japan.
bunch of crazy lights and stuff.
Yeah.
I bet that's really cool. I've always wanted to go to Japan. It's
Mhm.
on. It's high on my list.
Yeah, I mean, I've technically been to Tokyo because I sat in the airport for 5 hours, but that was about it.
shoot.
God, yeah, the flight is killer.
It was not fun.
Gosh, how many hours in total?
In total, so it was an hour to get to Tokyo, and then it was a 9-hour flight from Tokyo, and then I missed my flight in San Francisco because they set it up to where I only had an hour to go through customs and security.
Oh,
And once I got to security, because customs was really easy because I didn't have anything.
Okay.
And then I had to fill out. I don't have a passport, so I had to fill out like a little paper that explained that I was in the military, so I didn't need a passport.
Right.
And they
That's cool. I know you.
as soon as I got through customs, I couldn't find my bag on the carousel thing because like everyone had the same color bag, but like I had a sticker. I had like a sticker from a tattoo parlor in Japan, so I was like looking for
Okay.
it. And then by the time I got to security, I only had like 30 minutes to get through it, and there was like hundreds of people because I was in San Francisco, so I missed my
Right.
flight.
Yeah.
So I had to sit there for 4 hours until I could get on the other flight, and then it was like an hour to get here. But there was a lot of old people on that plane,
Oh,
so
shit.
they were having old people conversations the whole time.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
whole time.
It
The
just
whole
makes
time.
it drag by a little bit more.
Conversations.
Like I have never seen anyone talk for an entire plane ride until then.
Yikes.
Oh.
Just have everything to talk about.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
know.
it's
Like
been
this
a while.
one lady behind me, like the seat, like we were on that really, really tiny plane to get into Reno. And this one lady behind me sat down and she looked at her husband. She goes, "Thank God we're not fat," because of how tiny the plane was.
Oh my
And I was
gosh.
sitting next to this poor kid. He was like 13 years old, and he was like freaking out from the turbulence because of the mountains coming in.
Yeah.
And he was like trying to talk to me, and I was like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "I don't know how to help you."
Yeah.
I was like, "We're
Just
not gonna
breathe.
die, but I don't know how to help."
You okay?
He passes
It's like,
out.
just breathe. Just breathe. You'll be
Oh
fine.
shoot. So when did you decide to go to the military, and what was your reason, if you don't mind me asking?
I didn't really have an option because I grew up poor and like I didn't have anywhere else to go. So I was like, I was in ROTC. I was like, I might as well just go see what the military is about.
Right.
So I joined the Marine Corps because a lot of people said I couldn't, and then I did.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's,
Fuck
That's
yeah.
an amazing reason. Then.
yeah. So that's about it. That's how I got in, and then I wanted to get as far away from Reno as I could, so I chose to go to Japan. And then I was lucky enough to get mainland Japan because most people go to Okinawa,
Okay.
which Okinawa is we have like 9 bases on Okinawa, so it's more.
Damn.
It's not more Americans than Japanese, but there's a lot of Americans down there, so they don't particularly like us there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's understandable. Huh.
Brandon,
What,
she was in our company.
Which year? Junior?
Junior. The semester you did it before you left.
I forget who or anyone who was in that. I was a junior and I never did the promotion test, but they were like, "You're a junior, so you have to be the LPO of the squad." And I forget who the squad leader was.
I think it was 4 tests.
I couldn't tell. I was in there for half a semester, and me and Tarun were like, "Oh, you're quitting too? Fuck yeah, dude."
Yeah, Tarun was my LPO for a day.
Okay, she was in the same one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right.
'Cause
Yeah,
you didn't show up at all that second semester, and then Tarun was there for a few days.
yeah. Literally, it was like, I think after the, it was either after the last uniform day of that semester or right after the new semester. It was right before that because I had to enroll the other classes. Like right at the end of the semester, I walked in and I was like, "Hey, I'm quitting." Master Chief looked at me. He's like, "You're quitting?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore." He's like, "Well, you need to keep it this." And he's like, "You can keep all, just return in that. You can keep the slacks and the shoes." And I was like, "You're fucking serious? I can keep the slacks and the shoes? Fuck yeah."
Oh, yeah.
They made us return everything,
Yeah,
like absolutely everything.
Yeah.
I showed up and he was like, "Keep the shoes and the slacks. I don't care." And I was like, "All right, there's the shirt. Bye."
Yeah, yeah. When we gave up, when we had to give up our uniform senior year, I just had to turn the shirt in.
Oh,
I got to keep the shoes. They went to my poor cousin. He probably destroyed them in a month. Yeah, because I was like, well, because I had the shoes and I was like, I don't want the shoes, but they didn't want them back, and I felt bad throwing them away.
Nice.
I
dress
also
shoes.
had the same pair of shoes the entire time.
Yeah.
In high school, I didn't have to switch to a different pair of shoes, so they were all rubbed out and I slid everywhere.
Same.
Oh shoot.
I polished my shoes
But
maybe
you read them
5
out real
times
good.
the entire time.
It means I had big feet in middle school because like I grew in high school, but no, my feet didn't. I was walking around as Bigfoot.
you were blurry.
Just sliding down the hallways in the slab.
Yeah. Mitch Hedberg has famously said that he thinks that Bigfoot is blurry, so there's an out of focus monster running around in the forest somewhere.
He has active camo to just makes him blurry.
There you
Cold
go.
blooded.
I mean, he's just another species. He could, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. You
Cold-blooded
never know.
Predator.
a cold-blooded mammal.
Cold blooded pro. You know, like when you get
Oh
pro
my
perks in
God.
Call of Duty? Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Very cool. What else is going on?
Colton,
This-
you want to talk about Saints Row? Since we know
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a lot to
so
say
Let
about
me
it.
pick your brain over
I
that.
have played through the new Saints Row religiously since launch day. I beat the main campaign. I'm working on cleaning up the side quests and stuff now. But I have had an absolute blast with it. I don't care what the reviews say.
Yeah.
It has been a great game. The bugs that I've run into have been more hilarious than anything else.
Right.
Um, I think it's getting review bombed by people that were expecting more than a Saints Row game. It is a Saints Row game. It's corny like a Saints Row game. The story I thought was great. It
Okay.
was enticing. It was drew me in. It kept me entertained the whole time.
How long was
Mhm.
it?
It so doing side quests and stuff, getting powered up in between doing main storyline quests, it was about 25 hours, 30.
Colton, you are in the very, very,
Hmm.
very small minority of the people that actually enjoy the game. The
Yeah,
internet is dragging that
I
game
loved
through
it.
the coals.
Yeah, it's
It
kind
is
of just
not being nice.
it's weird because from your point of view, Colton, you say you're enjoying it and you're seeing Saints Row aspects that are true to the origin of where they came from, and
Of course.
uh,
Absolutely.
so that's a good positive, and I think from watching because I've watched a lot of like anti reviews in the last couple of days, and I think it is just a focus on, hey, this game isn't perfect, slam everything on it
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
thing, more than it is, hey, we've been given another crap game. Like, um, I don't know. It's a weird game to come out, sure, but I think that Saints Row has always been goofy, super animated, a little
Mhm.
The
laid
first one
back.
was kind of little serious.
Okay, if you
Not that
play the
much goof.
first one I think is actually not a good game. I think it
Okay.
sets the framework for what works in the second and the
Mhm.
third game. But the problem with the first one is like the opening mission is just you going and just shooting people. Like you go to a gun store, he's like, "Hey, I hope you don't commit crimes with that." You go, "Haha, you too," and then you just go around and you,
Blast, was it pimps, right?
yeah,
You shoot up pimps.
you have to shoot pimps around the corner, and he's all like, "Hey, can you drop me off at like Bitchin' Chickens or whatever the name of the restaurant is?"
Yeah.
And then he used a really word slang for like, "I'm hungry," to describe his hunger for it. And I was like, "This game is just
Yeah.
something."
It's not the aiming, the walk, like the whole, just you, the controller interface is not.
It feels like playing Vice City
Yeah.
with the control scheme, which at the time that was the par. It wasn't 4 hadn't come out yet when the first Saints Row launched.
Right.
Saints Row 2 came out the year after 4, so when GTA 4 came out, this set the standard, which is why the third one was so good.
So good.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really like the first one.
Mhm. I only played it just to get through the understand the story, how everything came to it.
You can just play the second one
Mm-hmm.
I
because
think
this.
everybody was expecting it to be like Saints Row 4 was, where,
Saints Row 4 is ridiculously fun.
well, yeah, but like you had superpowers and you had all these crazy abilities and stuff, and I think that's what everybody was expecting this time around, and it's not like that.
I know the game bridges the gap because they give you a wingsuit and they try to give you abilities that mimic what
And
you
if
were
you,
given in 4.
not to spoil anything, but beating the game, you unlock a VTOL.
Okay, yeah, but you get a VTOL in 3, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Toward the end as well.
And there's VTOL type vehicles in 4.
Mm-hmm. But you
You
never
are
used
the
vehicles in
VTOL.
4, yeah.
Right, right.
I think my favorite comment that I've read on the Saints Row remake.
Tools in 4.
Yeah. I think my favorite comment was Moist Critical was doing a stream and he looks over at the chat and somebody tells him, they're like, "Hey, is this game good?" And he just goes, "Huh, I see you've been watching the stream with your eyes closed." I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Fuck.
Yeah, he did not enjoy it. Which is really sad because, like, not Colton, David was saying he's been watching reviews these past couple days and everyone's like, "Don't buy it. This game sucks. The bugs are broken and buggy." Nobody's like talking about it in a positive manner.
Yeah, no. And I have seen I'm a little bit more active on our Twitter now, and I've seen a lot of people going up in arms and no, it is a good game, and it's just a Saints Row.
Yeah.
It's meant to be
Yeah.
goofy,
Mhm.
laid back,
Just
and
have fun.
We've been hurting, I
just
think,
have fun, yeah.
for a new Grand Theft Auto game for so long that I think
Right.
people put that hope into this game.
Way higher
Yeah.
standards than
And it's
we
like
need.
Saints Row has always been accused of being a GTA clone, and they've tried to deviate themselves, and they just can't get out of that moniker.
You know what I
It'll
think
never
it
happen.
is this game. I was looking at it and it kind of looks like graphically it looks like a mix of Cyberpunk 2077
Mhm.
and like shoot
Pro
something.
Skater 5.
Yeah, something kind of outdated, and then something goofy that wasn't fully delivered in Cyberpunk, and people are just saying, "Hey, look at that." Compare it to
Cyberpunk
that.
still looks beautiful. I don't think it was the bugs in that game that drove people crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the lack of content and like the fact that they hyped it up to be an RPG game and it's not at all.
Right.
Barely an RPG.
Barely. Besides
The
building a
world
class.
does suffer from not being like the most immersive thing ever, but it's also not the least immersive either. It's on par is all I can say. Like it's an on par game. It is exactly what I was expecting from a Saints Row. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean,
How would you compare it to Agents of Mayhem?
oh, shit.
I couldn't get through Agents of Mayhem. I did not enjoy it.
Oh yeah. So for the unaware, there was a spin-off to Saints Row called Agents of Mayhem a few years ago. And basically they used the Saints name very little in the game and it was very loosely based on it. Wasn't good.
Yeah, I never played that
I
one.
would say this game is miles better than Agents of Mayhem.
Right.
Absolutely.
Don't play Agents of Mayhem. It's not worth it.
It's like a.
The game's always on sale for $2, if that describes the quality of the game.
Isn't like they have like powers in that one too, right?
You switch between characters, and all the characters have their own individual powers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I think there's like one overarching power that you can just select in the menu. It's lame. The game's pretty lame.
Yeah, I saw the trailers for it. I remember like it coming out, but I never.
It was
Like,
just
was
lame.
thinking
There was
into
nothing
it.
cool about it. It lacked identity.
Like the Saints Row.
It lacked Johnny Gat.
So does this.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
Kevin's a pretty solid replacement for Johnny.
Well, that's good. I heard I've seen a lot of the character design screen, that interaction. You can make some pretty goofy looking characters in that design module.
So you actually can modify your character during playthrough just
Yeah, I
about
saw
any
that.
way that you want, aside from gender.
That's pretty cool, though. I mean,
That's unrealistic.
yeah, I heard they just let you do it from your cell phone on the game, so you just
Yep.
blip it up and go from there.
Fair
Which makes
point.
it super easy, because you used to have to go. I was watching a video and it was explaining that it's a specific store in the older games, that you have to go
Yeah.
to, and I don't know, the interaction being taken away there. It's like, yeah, I can understand why you're mad, but I mean,
It's not that
you
big of
also
a deal.
You
bitched
still have to
about
go to
having
the
to go
store
all the way
buy
to the store.
clothes.
So I mean, what'd you say, Colton?
You still have to go to the stores to buy your clothes.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, there's still some of the traditional shit.
They're just
And I think-
nitpicking it at this point. They're just trying
Yeah,
to.
they're
this
they're
game's being
ripping it
shredded.
apart unfairly,
Yeah.
if you ask me.
Have you guys ever seen a Crube Cat on YouTube? All he ever does is post videos of games that didn't live up to the expectations of when they were announced, or like Ubisoft where they show off gameplay of a superior game that didn't get launched. Like I remember Brandon was talking about Siege, I think 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah, he's done videos on all of that. He's done videos on how broken the Switch was when it came out, the Series X and PS5 when they came out, and then his last video was Cyberpunk 2077's shitty launch. And he hasn't posted since then, so it's been almost 2 years. And everyone's wondering if he's gonna crawl out of retirement just to make a Saints Row video. Because if he makes a video on Saints Row, game's dead. Sorry,
Dang.
he has spoken.
He has that power.
He's the universal like just voice of just this game is mediocrity,
Huh. Okay.
whether it's intentional or
Is
not.
Sonic 06 on that list?
Yeah, it might be.
Oh shit. Do you do any gaming?
So I like religiously play Saints Row 3 and 4 on like a first generation Xbox 360, like one of the white
sure.
ones that
Nice.
like
Yeah.
explode and like they got recalled for exploding. And I got
Get the
I
red
got
ring.
put on quarantine and I decided that I was gonna go through all of 3 because like I don't have any mods or anything because like I don't really like
Right.
have time to like sit down and do stuff like that. But I wanted to get like completely finish it because like I would go through the story and then it would be like, oh, you're only 96% done. So like I went through and I wanted to finish it, but like I swear to God this thing was gonna blow up because I was in quarantine for 10 days and like it was just screaming at me and I
Oh,
was like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
well, I mean if I die I die.
It's gonna happen. But you can keep playing, by the way.
Yeah.
Is it hard to get newer consoles over there?
It depends. So like the PS5, like they have it for like 2 hours and then it's gone. Like
Oh,
again.
God.
And then like we
Yeah.
had somebody who was in my unit that he like bought like 3 of them and like kept them in his room and he was trying to resell them to people for like hire. And I was like,
Wow.
you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
but like
Yeah, you
That's a bad
cannot
move.
find one here in Reno.
and like we'll go to the PX and everything.
No.
They'd send pictures on our group chat. It's like, oh, they have PS5s now. And then like we would go to like you would go to the PX and they're completely gone.
Wow.
What's a PX? What is that?
Oh, it's like the so like Target It's like the Target, like the military version of a Target.
It's like
Oh,
on
for
base.
sure.
Yeah, it's on base.
Oh, wow.
And then like so like they import a bunch of stuff from the US. So like on our bases it's all like American products and everything. And then they have Japanese products too, but you could just go off base to get those. So there's like clothes and games, headphones, like pretty much
Wow,
everything that
okay.
you would need to go. Like it's like a Target. And like they have like random stuff in there and yeah. But like we have the biggest PX in Iwakuni, but the only problem is that they the ships go to Okinawa first. So like they get everything and like
They give us
we get
the
whatever
rest,
is left.
yeah.
And then we have 7 days, which are just like small PXs. They're like a 7-Eleven on base, and like they have gas
Okay.
and everything. But yeah,
How-
it's like the
wait, so how
MCS.
big are these bases?
It depends on where you go. So like the ones in California and like the ones in North Carolina, everything they're bigger.
Mhm.
But I'm in a really small one because it's in a different country.
Right.
So yeah, they're like mine is like 3 miles,
Wow.
like around the whole thing.
Okay.
I remember when we went to San Diego and Sanders, all I wanted to do was buy a K-bar at theirs in San Diego.
Yeah.
Major's like, okay, we get in here and you can buy anything you want and you want a fucking K-bar.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't sell it to him. They're like, you need to get an adult's permission. He's like, I'm 18. And they're like, you need your major's permission to buy that K-bar.
I think I remember that. I think I was there for that one.
Did you go to San Diego in 2017?
17. Oh no, never mind. I
Okay.
wasn't there. It was the second time we went and somebody tried to do that.
Oh my god. That field trip was a trip. I remember getting a
Yeah, it
coffee
was.
cup and it has USMC on it. It was my favorite coffee cup because it's the only one with the lid that fucking works because coffee cups for some reason have lids that just don't work.
It's hard to find a good one.
Yeah, and I remember I took it to work and I set it on a pallet and fucking Cody ran into it.
Of
at,
course
like,
he did.
30 miles an hour on a forklift and I watched it go flying like in slow
And it's
motion.
broken.
Yeah, busted the lid. So I still have the cup and I've never found a matching lid because most cups the threading is on the
Inside.
inside
Yeah.
or no the outside. This one has threading on the inside of the cap.
Ooh.
Never seen a cap like it.
Another really cool thing is that like if you wanted to get something that like they don't actually have, you can go on their website and order it like online, and then they'll
Oh,
like
that's
send
nice.
it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like so it's all like the prices are lowered because it's through like the military and stuff like that, but they're still expensive. They're PS5s,
Right,
so
right.
they're
They're not as expensive now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have to pay tax on some things, so it makes it a
Really?
lot easier. Yeah.
Huh.
And then we have like commissaries, but sometimes the only problem is that like the imported food and stuff like milk and cheese and all that, it expires really fast. So
So
You
by the
gotta
time it
make
gets
sure-
to you, it's like one more day before it's gone.
not one day, it's like 2 weeks, so it's not as long as usual. But you just gotta like if you buy a gallon of milk, you need a reason to have a gallon of milk.
Like if we
Yeah,
chug
just-
cereal, you're like,
Yeah.
you know, one of those.
Yeah.
I chug cereal. Fruity berries.
Cool.
Well, speaking of PS5s, you said they're not getting more, or you mentioned something about the price, and it's actually rising $50
Correct.
everywhere out of the U.S. right
Mhm.
now.
Except for the U.S. Exactly.
Yeah.
I just saw it passing by on an article, but
Yeah.
yeah, like there's I don't know why they just really hate everyone that's not in the U.S. I
They
guess.
Probably
said
because
it's-
they're made here.
Yeah, they said supply constraint issues, and they said that everywhere but the U.S. the price needs to go up, and they did. They raised the price of the PlayStation,
Yeah.
which sucks for
That's
people.
why you get an Xbox and
I
don't
was
deal
like-
with PlayStation.
because you know you get buyer's remorse, where if you don't buy it at launch, sometimes the price goes up due to demand and stuff. But you couldn't buy one at launch. There was no way to buy. Like walk into a store and go PS5, please. You
Yeah.
couldn't even wait in line because COVID had everything. You know, there was no Black Friday that year, so there was nothing you could.
Yeah,
do.
you couldn't go. You said it. Hope it was online.
And
Yeah.
plus, Walmart sold their entire stock online, so there was nothing to buy in store. You went into a store that said "tough shit, kid."
It is what it is.
I've been on an Amazon wait list for a year and a half just to see if I even have the option to buy one. I've never had the option to buy a PS5 ever.
Damn.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Another PlayStation thing that happened. Do you know Death Stranding? It was like an old, not old game, but it recently came out. Has like Norman Reedus in it.
Kojima, yeah.
Get by Kojima, yeah.
It's on Game Pass PC now.
Walking
Exactly.
simulator.
They fucking put it on there, and
The first
PlayStation
Stranding.
didn't have an involvement in it.
Really?
Yeah, it was all Kojima because that's how literally
They had
Go
an
ahead.
exclusivity agreement for the first year or two with it.
Got it.
Okay.
and he's like, put it
So
on
that's
Game Pass
around.
now.
Well, it's Game Pass PC. I don't think
It's also on Steam.
Yeah, it probably won't be hitting Xbox because they might still have rights to the PlayStation. Still might have rights to have it on, console exclusive.
Yeah.
Console.
But hey, the
Yeah.
fact that it's on Game Pass for Xbox on PC,
Chill, take it.
you know
I
what
was
I mean?
thinking about trying it out.
I just want to try it out. Like,
Yeah.
it's like so the hype around it, not like the build up to it. Like we didn't see any gameplay, anything until people started playing it and showing it.
Right.
Absolutely.
The story is apparently hella in depth, but yeah, you literally have to walk like 10 miles and balance fucking 100 kilos on your back 20 times to then unlock a bike that if you crash into a river is done. And you can no longer use it because you fucking crashed it and you have to walk the rest of the way.
You can repair it.
But yeah, but that takes out the
I'm-
immersion. It's stuck in the mud. I'm gonna walk.
What I saw when like the game was being developed was that Kojima wanted a game where people to relax because it was in the middle of COVID.
Yes.
era-
It is a very chill game.
yeah, it's like he just wanted everyone to just take a break and just like relax.
Yeah.
That was the whole point. I was like, that's pretty sweet. I thought it was awesome.
For Norman Reedus' sake, it sucks because I feel like he got that role in that game because Silent Hill was canceled. And that game was going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to the new Silent Hill.
That was the
when-
PT one. That's all, right?
PT was playable trailer.
Right.
That's what it stood for. It was the trailer for the new Silent Hill, where you would have been played as Norman Reedus, and then it was canceled a year or two later. Death Stranding came out with him in it.
There's PS4s that people saw on the internet that have PT downloaded on them, and you can fetch like $1,200 for one.
Yeah, 'cause it's not available
Just because
anymore.
it has
But
PT
people love
downloaded.
PT.
It's still like a 5-minute thing, but
It's literally like a 5-minute indie horror game, but people are like, "Oh my god, it's the scariest thing ever."
Drooling all
It's
over
really not. Like it's not that bad.
So Miranda, did you ever watch anybody play PT like on YouTube back like it was like 2014, 2015ish?
around there.
I don't remember 2014 or 2015.
Felt that.
So there was a game that came out and it was a trailer, and it was just infinitely walking through a hallway, and then at some point like the map would fuck with you and it would change colors, and then
Oh,
you
I do.
walked
I
into
think I do remember.
yeah, and it was a bathroom with the baby in the sink.
Yeah, it's like you,
Oh,
you
yeah, I
walk through
remember
one
that.
door and
Yeah.
you turn right, and it was just a corridor there, and you'd open another door, and it'd be where you started, and you walk through and turn right again, and every time you went through, something would change, and you wouldn't be able to progress through until you found like the things that changed with it, and it got scarier and scarier and whatnot.
Yeah, that ended up being a trailer for a game called Silent Hill. That was
Oh,
being
did
developed
things like
by
jump out
Kojima.
at you, or was it just like you opened it and it's like, well, that's.
I think there was a few jump
Yeah.
scares.
There was a few.
Yeah.
And it
There
one-
was a woman that constantly followed you throughout the
Yeah,
trailer.
You
yeah.
walk up to it and she'll just run right at you, going
Oh.
through you.
Yeah.
I never played it, but like I see like YouTubers.
It was gonna
play
it looked very spectacular before it got canceled. Yeah, Konami fired Kojima the year after, and
They put up Metal Gear Survive to try to. Cover
so basically, the last game in the
Feels 5.
Metal Gear Solid, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid, they put out the final game of it. Kojima has been making that game for 20 years. Konami said, fuck you, and they fired him overnight because they were having creative differences. They still put out the game anyway. Everybody bought it, loved it, played it. Thank Kojima. He said, fuck you, Konami. And then the Game Awards happened later that year, and it went up for a bunch of awards for like Game of the Year and stuff, and it won. And Konami came up and accepted the award because they actually, in his contract, they made it illegal for him to show up and accept the award. And if he was at the awards, he would be sued into
Oh.
oblivion.
Yeah, the announcer like made it like everybody
They
know that.
basically straight up disrespected him by taking his game and then accepting all the awards for the game on his behalf, and then saying you can't come to the award show
Oh.
to see your game win Game of the Year. Yeah.
So now he has his own production company. He put out that Death Stranding game for that. So I hope I think he's working on
With
some-
that Walking Dead guy.
Yeah, the Walking Dead guy.
Yeah.
I was stalking his Instagram a lot, and it seems like he's working like on another game or an expansion of something or that one.
Okay.
But like he's
That's what
always
I
in
heard,
like
too.
in the studio. He's always in like seeing like a room, bunch of
Stew.
cameras, looking at the at one person. So
For sure.
I'm excited for it.
That'll be exciting. Something fresh.
Mhm.
Maybe less walking.
Or more
It's
walking.
the first Strand type game.
Yeah,
Makes
I
it
mean,
feel like you're
stranded.
stranded. Yeah.
Stranding.
it's fair enough. PlayStation's getting sued for 30 million.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's another out of country thing, but it's something against their like Consumer Policy Act.
Wow.
Uh,
The UK, I think, is the one that's suing them.
Yeah, and it kind of seems to be a piss poor built kind of I forget the wordage for it, but
They're
it's
not-
not really built well.
They're
It
not
doesn't
gonna
look.
they're not gonna win because Steam and Xbox do the same thing that they're being
Yeah.
accused of.
Yeah, they want to go after PlayStation for basically like
Mhm.
taking too much percentage off the game from the devs, but to an extent, I mean, yeah, everyone does it.
That's why companies want you to pre-order their games from their website. And then if it's not from their website, they want you to go to like a retailer where you walk in and buy a disc because Xbox, selling the game digitally, they're like, oh, you're cutting out the middleman of not having to ship it to a store and have the store sell it for you. So we're going to take a cut.
Dang.
Yeah.
And plus, like even if like services go down on Xbox, you technically don't own the games.
Nope.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to, it's fucking stupid.
Like if the Xbox servers go out, all the games that you've bought, you can't play them. Nope. What the fuck
You're
you mean?
paying
What?
$60 to permanently rent them unless their servers go down,
Yeah.
Correct.
or whatever the cost is.
Then will reimburse me though. It's like, oh, tough shit.
If not,
Yeah.
you
Bro.
would if not, you'd have to download all your games and then turn your Xbox offline and then just never connect it to the internet.
I'd imagine if their servers did go down for like a fucking long period of time, there would be enough angry people that they would be like, okay, here's some of your money back. Okay.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
It was like 3 or 4 months ago. I
No
turned on my
riots.
Xbox and I couldn't play anything except for disc games.
yeah.
That included Game Pass games I bought, games my brother bought because we game share.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't play nothing.
Can't do
I had to pop in a disc.
Yep.
If I didn't have a disc, I couldn't play it.
You would think that that'd be like the one thing that they're like, oh, we should probably make sure we have things in place for this to not happen.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
It all
do.
depends on if you have it set as your home console or not.
That's true. And then they do to an extent, but in their terms and conditions, they explicitly state that they have the rights to the games, and if they want to take them away at any point, they can. They never do because that would just kill their platform if they just strip games away from people.
Yeah.
But they can. Like if
Yeah, that button
Microsoft
ready.
woke up tomorrow and they decided, oh, we're done with Xbox, and they just completely shut Xbox off and locked everybody out of their games, they can.
Legally.
Because
Yeah,
people
they own the computers. Yeah, it's
they've
they
agreed
can
to.
flip
I mean,
switch.
the people that have bought the games have agreed to it because you have agreed to it when you signed up for your account. Where
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, I have a license to play this game until Microsoft takes my license away. It's the same thing with when you buy like a DVD. You're not buying the movie. You don't own the movie. You're purchasing a license to view the movie in your home.
Yeah.
So they give
Same
you
as
the
them
movie.
being able to ban you for hacking
Yeah,
or cheating.
don't cheat.
Don't cheat,
Stop
kids.
cheating.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. If your kid's cheating, I'll personally come to their house and I'll beat your kids for you.
Fuck. Cyrus
That's a
beating your kid's
promise.
service.
Cyrus child beater.
hmm Somebody's got to do it.
What's your business?
Like
kid?
you're obviously not.
I don't know. I think my company logo would be me wailing on Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes because I feel like he deserves it.
He does.
He does, and Hobbes will watch the whole time, just fucking
Laughing.
blankly staring.
Laughing his ass
You
off.
never seen
Slump.
Secondhand Lions?
What, like Detroit?
No, the movie Secondhand Lions.
No. I never heard of that movie.
It's literally about Calvin and Hobbes.
What?
It's like, I don't know if it's based on a true story or not,
Mm-hmm.
but it's basically about this kid that gets sent to his uncle's farm for a summer. And it's his two uncles that live on a farm, and they end up buying a lion
Oh.
from some fucking means, or a tiger or something like what.
Buy it
He's
from
a tiger. He's a
circus
tiger,
or
right?
Carnival, wasn't it?
I forget where it was in the movie, but the fuck, it's a tiger, right?
It is a tiger, yeah.
Shows up in
Yeah,
a
it's a
crate.
tiger.
He shows up in a fucking crate one day, and they open up the crate, and then it just runs into their cornfield, and then the kid just like grows up on with the tiger, and they all like chill and whatever.
What movie?
It's called Secondhand
Secondhand
Lions.
Lions.
I think in the movie it's actually a lion, but it's about Calvin and Hobbes.
They have like.
I'm pretty sure the kid is supposed to be who grew up to be the author of Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I think that's what the story's supposed to be. Yeah,
Bill Watterson.
yeah.
Was that his name? Bill
Yeah,
Watterson?
Bill
Oh, I did
Watterson.
not know that.
Have you guys seen
Watergate's
the
good.
new like live action Winnie the Pooh that they're doing and making it like a scary movie?
Yes,
Where they're,
I
like,
have.
going to eat
Yeah.
I have seen that one. Yeah.
That's real?
Yeah,
I
they're-
thought that was a gag
Yes.
on the internet.
No, it's real.
They're
Nope.
actually making it.
Oh my god.
It's like a
real
horror
thing.
movie, and like it's like Christopher Robin didn't take care of them, so now they're cannibals and they're going to go like eat people. But they're still like
Hell
it's
yeah.
just like it's not like animated like an actual like bear or anything like that.
Huh.
It's like they're in a bear costume
Oh.
and like
It's
they're
It's like Five
giants.
Nights
And I
at
was like the
Freddy's
whole
animation.
and, like, the whole point of
yeah.
it was that they were small stuffed animals, but now they're like 6 feet tall and,
And
eating people.
and they're people
They-
inside of the costumes.
I would assume
Christopher
so.
Robin left him. We exterminated the flesh.
Yeah, he did a
Human
lot
taste.
more than just abandon them. They're eating people, or
It's got a problem with people.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're wild animals first and foremost.
I think we should
But,
team
like,
up
they're
and
not
start
animals, though.
wailing on children.
They're stuffed animals.
They're
know,
humans
whaling's
in a costume. They're furries.
Oh
Dead
gosh.
furries.
Winnie the
Oh,
Pooh's a furry.
yeah, I mean,
Guys.
he's only wearing
Oh
a shirt.
bother!
He's got no pants on. He's ready.
Oh word.
Oh, bother.
Yeah.
Gonna have to tear your legs off.
Oh shoot.
Jesus Christ!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Peas and rice.
Cheese and rice.
that's a pretty big turnaround for Winnie and the Pooh.
Yeah.
Winnie and the Pooh.
It's
Yeah.
because Winnie the Pooh's now public domain because it's been
And the
100,
Pooh.
100 years since its creation. So
Winnie
Wait, they didn't pick up the
Oh
copyright?
wait.
what?
Never mind.
There is no
I got that.
copyright. Anything 100 years after it's created goes into the open domain and it's free for anybody to use. So
Oh.
theoretically,
Hold the
Mickey Mouse
fuck
opens
on.
up in 7 years.
Wait. So wait. We can do the horror movie that we're making, right?
Mhm.
And we could be Winnie the Pooh, and it'll be fine.
Yes, you can use the name Winnie the Pooh, but I'd imagine that Disney is going to put a copyright on their character Winnie the Pooh. So
So you can't
You
do
can't
something
make
that
Winnie the
looks
Pooh
like him,
you
but it has
can't
to.
They
resemble
can renew
Disney's
the
Winnie
IP
the Pooh.
though.
Okay.
Yes.
We just name
Dude.
the corn costume
Penny the
Winnie
Woo.
the Pooh.
Winnie
Yeah.
the Pooh.
Penny the
way
Woo.
that people get out of the copyright is that they'll like use Winnie the Pooh, but they'll make his shirt like slightly
color.
a different color.
Or like green or whatever.
It's crimson instead of
to make
red.
it par-
Like,
that's how they got away with it in that one what was it, the Chip and Dale reboot movie.
Sonic.
Really?
We had that ugly Sonic there. The reason they allowed to say Sonic is because they called him specifically Ugly Sonic.
They had to say ugly Sonic.
Wow.
Because there was like a parody law or something that allows them to do that.
They don't even mention him being a hedgehog at all.
Okay.
He looks disgusting though.
That's fun.
He does, yeah.
he literally looks like the one that they cut out of the original, like the
What
Sonic
he's
the Hedgehog
supposed to be.
movies
He's
that they
supposed to
cut
be the
out
one
and
that was
remade
cut
it.
out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like that's what he looks like, just fucking disgusting and scary.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Mickey Mouse actually does hit the public domain, or Disney lobbies the shit out of Congress to
You know
make
they
sure
will.
that they own Mickey Mouse.
You know they will.
'Cause
They'll try
pro-
everything.
They
they
protect
can.
the ears at all costs.
I mean, the ears are
It-
trademarked.
It is
to
the House
themselves.
of Mouse.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like the empire of Disney is known as you don't fuck with the mouse.
Don't
like
fuck with the mouse.
yeah, like
Punch Mickey right in his fucking
that
ball
South
of a nose.
that South Park episode when Randy like fucked with something with Disney and there's all the Disney characters all lined up. Mickey just walks in like, okay, who the fuck is responsible for this shit? And Randy's just, oh, it's me. He's like,
That was the Jonas Brothers episode, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
With the charity rings.
I just know the
I remember
Mickey
that
Mouse
one.
clip of him barging in and just fucking cursing everybody out.
Problem here.
That's how that Eminem song starts
Hey,
off.
do you fucking work for me, Randy?
Oh man. Did you guys watch Streaming Wars at all on Paramount Plus?
I have not yet.
I'm
I
still
want to.
watching through South Park.
That's like
Okay, they put up part 2 of the Streaming Wars, and it was spectacular.
I can only imagine. Every episode I've seen so far has just been banger after banger.
So the first
It's
one's
ridiculous.
yeah, the first one explains what the Streaming Wars are, because you hear the Streaming Wars and you're like, oh, I know what that is. It's not what you think it is. And then Cartman, he's trying to get money, so he wants to pimp his mom out,
Okay.
Okay.
right?
All right.
And so basically, what he's able to convince not his mom, but people that his mom needs surgery. And all he does is he keeps going and telling people that his mom needs surgery, and he's really sad. And all the friends get together and they make money to help raise for Cartman's mom's surgery. Do you know what
Who
Cartman's
else
mom's
but
surgery
Cartman?
is?
I think I could make a good guess.
It's a boob job, so
Yeah.
she can be
Yeah.
a better prostitute.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
I just fucking hate Cartman so,
So,
much, man.
What happens
You're
is the
supposed to.
yeah, so his mom has been vehemently saying no the whole episode. So he surprises her, puts a blindfold on her, and he takes her down to the surgery office, the plastic surgeon, and she's like, "No, I won't do it." Well, Cartman already paid for the procedure, so he's like, "Fine, mom, if you don't, I will." She goes, "Good,
Oh my god.
okay, have fun, sweetie." Okay, I will. And then he shows up at school the next day, and everyone's staring at his fucking
Yep.
G cups. And Cartman just runs around the school and he's talking about it like it's nothing, and everyone just starts laughing at him.
God damn it, man. It's like shit like that. I'm like, but like,
How
it's
do
not
they get
real.
away with it? Like,
Streaming Wars.
Matt
How
Stone
is-
and Trey Parker.
how have South Park's creators just gotten away with it?
The parody
so
disclaimer.
long, dude.
I mean, South Park is pretty tame compared to like some of the shows that Netflix has done.
oh yeah,
Like Big Mouth just
Dude!
completely gets worse every single
that
season.
is true. That is absolutely true.
What, okay, but put it side by side. Which is worse?
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth?
Big Mouth
Yes.
is
Big Mouth.
absolutely worse.
Yeah.
Because like if you walk into the living room and your kid's just watching South Park, it's like, yeah, okay, maybe stop watching that. But
say
if they're
rotten
watching
things.
Big
South
Mouth,
Park-
it's like, no, turn
Turn
it
it
off
off.
TV now.
Yeah, South Park is a bunch of kids and a bunch of fucked up situations, and then Big Mouth is a bunch of kids in situations that kids shouldn't fucking depict kids being
You know
in.
that show
Like-
has, I think so it's 5 seasons so far. All of but
5
one
too many.
seasons has 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Like
Wow.
critics love that show. That's why it keeps getting renewed. They are
It
all
has
over
its
it.
moments and it has good writing, but it's only those moments in between fucking what am I watching?
Yeah.
Like
I'll tell you what, the scene that got me to stop it completely. I didn't finish the first season.
Oh, because I told you I was watching it. And you were like, "Oh, I'll give it a shot."
Yeah, I got to the Korean spa like episode. I fucking stopped so fast. I was like, I'm done with this. I don't need this in my life.
You came
You
to
didn't
work
get to
and
the-
you're like, "They're all naked."
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't need to see that.
You didn't get to the episode. I don't remember what season it was in, but the main character, I don't remember his name, but he ends up falling in love with his cousin from Florida.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
And that's the whole thing.
No.
Yeah, he's totally in love with his cousin, and it's
And like they get caught by the dad, and like it's bad.
the dad and the uncles and the rest of the family and shit
Oh.
like
At a
Holy
funeral. I think it was
shit.
at a funeral. Like
It's
his,
at a
yeah.
funeral. Yeah. Why wouldn't it be? Fuck that.
that. Like
No.
it's rotten.
And
It's
then
kind
like
of funny.
one part of that episode specifically is like he's in like the main character's in the room with the open casket, and then he starts jacking off, and then he gets caught. And like he was like crying while he was jacking off, and I was like, this kid's supposed to be like 13.
Yeah. You said there's kids in middle school.
But John Mulaney is the one who voices him. So
Oh my god.
I think it was Andrew, right?
yeah.
Andrew. Okay.
Oh my god.
That's a comedian, right? That voices her, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
No, it's the creator of the show, Nick Kroll.
Yeah.
Well, he
Nick
voices
Kroll,
he voices like 3 of them, but John Mulaney is the comedian who voices Andrew.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I remember his face, but I didn't know his voice.
The creator
He's
of the
got
show
some
looks
funny-
just like Nick.
Oh, he
Literally,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's called Big Mouth because Nick Kroll. Yeah,
That's
Big
big mouth.
that's what he fucking looks like. He's,
Big mouth.
He's in the newest season.
Is he?
Nick Kroll himself. Yes, he is.
He's played like 4 people in one episode. I
It's
bet.
like
And
it's like
himself.
kid
Yeah.
Nick talking to adult Nick, and it's like actually Nick Kroll. He's like, "Hey, sup, Nick?
How's it going, Nick?
How's it going?"
No, what was it? Oh, and then it was that one, and then the scene where I think her name's Jessie, right?
yeah.
She was talking to her vagina through a mirror.
My God.
Yeah, it's like
Oh my.
it's still go, and then
The only reason they're able to get away
South
with
Park
it
did that first.
is because they didn't show it on her. They just every time they did it, they always showed the mirror
Yeah.
because they're.
It's like
I think that was their
still, bro.
loophole to get away with it. They probably went and
South
sat down
Park
with
did that with Oprah Winfrey.
Netflix's lawyers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh my God. We watched that episode of South Park a few weeks ago. Where-
Yeah. I remember that.
oh my god, he pulled a gun on everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, "What's going on?" She's. It's just. I'm a fucking.
I'm dying in jail.
It was so fucking horrible, dude.
Oh man,
That one takes it to the next level.
Shows.
the creator of because I've been against Paradise PD because I think it's terrible.
That one was bad.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I got through the first season and then I got like 2 episodes in the second season when the cat ate all the other cats and I was like, all right,
What?
yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this dog was like, oh yeah, I'll watch all this dude's cats, and he forgets to watch the cats, so he goes and checks on them at the end, and one of the cats decided to eat all the other cats to survive.
The dog is the drug dog, but
The
he
drug
Yeah, yeah.
does all the drugs.
And he sells
drug dog.
drugs.
And he sells drugs.
Yeah.
I
The
remember.
drug dog.
Oh, that's the Argyle meth
Yeah,
one,
that's
right?
Yeah.
exactly it. I was gonna say.
That's why
Argyle
the
man.
legit only reason I finished the first season was because I wanted to figure out what was going on with the Argyle. Because I thought it was hilarious that they had Argyle.
I don't think
When
I
they were
got
going
it.
through and making it, and they kept making it like not Argyle, and they were getting mad about it.
But
That's
the
weird.
creator made a new show on Netflix called Farzar.
Farzar?
Yeah,
Farzar.
it's all it's man. It's at least it's different a little bit, but it's the same shit. The
Okay.
exact same show.
The exact same like
It is the
PD
exact,
type.
yeah, it's the exact same premise. It's got the exact same characters.
Oh god.
Oh man,
No, thank you.
this time they don't have a talking animal as a sidekick, so I guess that's a plus that they were able to come up with something new.
Have you guys seen Huckleberry?
Finn?
Brickleberry, you mean?
Not Finn. No.
No, not Finn.
Brickleberry. Yeah, there you go.
Brickleberry. Yeah.
Brickleberry.
That's Tosh
Uh,
Bono's.
Yeah.
That's Tosh.0's show.
Well, it's,
Can you
yeah, it's
touch?
the same guy that created Paradise PD, but yeah,
Yeah.
Wait,
they
but that's Tosh?
Didn't they do like a
No.
Daniel
crossover
Tosh
episode?
is the teddy bear
Daniel-
in Brickleberry.
Daniel Tosh just does the voice of a character.
Oh,
It's not his
yeah.
show. They just used him in the marketing to get people to watch it.
He does the bear.
Yeah. But did he do the same person that created Brickleberry made Paradise PD?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
that's why it's like the same show.
Fair enough. That's
Yeah.
probably why I didn't like
Brickleberry
it.
was way better.
Yeah, it
It,
totally
it was more like testing the limits more than
And
I
it was
don't
on
know.
network
Paradise
TV.
PD.
No,
I
TV.
couldn't get through that first season.
Did you ever see Mr. Pickles?
Mr.
Yes.
Pickles was wonderful. That one was
fucking show.
that one was just complete bizarre.
It was just fucking gruesome violence and
And
just
a really adorable little dog.
horrible shit. And just the dude like,
Bizarre.
the dog is evil. And it's like, no, Mr. Pickles is innocent. He's so cute with a fucking head in his mouth. Like,
That was a good one. There's also a new show with Danny DeVito and his daughter called I forgot what it's
it's always
called.
sunny in Philadelphia.
No, not Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Those are actually twins. Yeah.
I forgot. It's called like the
Duffy and Sandyberg.
I forgot what it's called. I'll look it up right now. But it's the premise is that the Danny DeVito is Satan and his daughter's his daughter in the show.
Oh, it's the animated show?
Yeah, it's an animated show.
Yeah, and his daughter's the Antichrist. I didn't know it was Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
Was
it's
that,
him,
okay.
him and his daughter.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
I don't
That's
know
cool.
if his wife's in it as the mom, but
Because all I've seen from the show is that the dad's the devil, mom's like an angel or something, and she's the daughter's the Antichrist. Yeah.
Oh, I just watched it. So yeah, no, I started watching that with my dad, and it's like, it's bad. Like it's like unnecessary violence.
oh really?
Yeah, like they rip arms off of people in like a school bathroom.
Oh
For
really?
like no reason.
What the heck?
Like they exploded because they were like trying to like cut somebody in the bathroom
Mhm.
like in high school, and then like she was in the stall and she started her period, so that awakened like her demonness for her dad to find her or something, and
Oh,
then she
man.
just made these people explode for
Jeez.
no reason.
Wow.
Yeah, I might need to watch this now.
It sounds like that superhero show that was just completely
The Boys.
fucking... Was it The Boys?
The boys.
Was that the one with the Superman like main character
Yep.
and
Yeah.
he killed all the other ones?
Yep.
That,
No.
that show-
He's talking about Invincible.
Oh,
He's talking
yeah,
about Invincible.
Invincible,
Yeah.
yeah.
Invincible. That show was fucking bizarre.
The end of that first episode was just a shock.
I mean,
The first there, I'm pretty sure they're working on season 2 and 3 of it for the TV show, but from the books, it's like, say if the 3, because it's like 3 volumes of books, if it was like that big, they only touched that much of the first book.
how many
from
people
it-
did they kill?
Little Demon. by the way.
Oh, hundreds. Do you remember the episode when they're going through the city and shit? It's like, are you gonna learn, Mark? Like, it's
Yeah.
fucking horrible.
Think, Mark. Think.
Omni-Man was fucking up the planet in the name of, hey, Mark, you need to understand. Who gives
What
a
will
shit?
you have in 500 years? You have you.
That one, for a cartoon, that one had me sitting like,
Wow.
what the
This is horrible.
fuck
This is
going
horrible. But
on?
the guy that plays Invincible, Stephen Yeun, he's the guy that played
Glenn.
Glenn on The Walking Dead.
Oh, no
and-
shit.
Yeah, he's the guy that played Glenn on The Walking Dead. And that scene when Omni-Man's just beating the fuck out of him in the mountain, I only saw the
Negan.
scene when Glenn died. Just, I'll find you. She's just
I'll
beating the
find
shit out of it. Because he said, I love you, Dad, like an exact same way. Just like the fucking right on the brink
You
of
think
death
that's how I
kind
got
of
the
voice.
job? They were like, hey, you have experience getting your brains
You know
beaten
what
out.
it sounds like when your fucking head is like this. Like, what does it sound like?
God.
I felt bad about it laughing, but I was like, this is an intense scene, but he sounded exactly like that scene in The Walking Dead.
I need to finish it. I haven't finished it up yet.
Invincible or Walking Dead?
No, Invincible.
Okay.
Either. Oh, I only
Walking
watched-
Dead's done. I'm done with that show.
I stopped watching The Walking Dead after like season 5 or 6.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
after 5, it kind of died.
Halfway through the season where Glenn died was when I stopped because I got
Yeah.
to the midpoint and that was when I was all caught up and they're like, God, Rick was such a bitch. He was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna give everything up to Negan because why not? And then after everything gets taken away, he's like, maybe we should fight.
Yeah, because he killed 2 of their people. It's like, how many of your people have died throughout this entire show, and 2 die in front of you, and so you're just gonna fucking fold?
Oh,
Like-
here you go, Negan, Daddy Negan.
Yeah,
Negan.
switch
And-
And I haven't watched the
Negan
later
know?
seasons, but apparently Negan is now like an ally of the rest of the original survivors and shit in the
Makes
most
no
recent
sense.
seasons. It's like bull fucking shit. I would ever work
Dude,
with
he's
him
fighting
if he
Eddie
did
Gordo in
that.
Tekken 7 is what he's doing. Oh man. What show did I watch recently? It's new on Hulu. It's called The Bear. It has the guy that played Lip in Shameless. He's the main character and he's like a chef. That show is terrific.
Oh,
Who
okay.
is Lip in Shameless?
Philip, he was the oldest brother.
Okay,
The one that was smart, that had all the potential.
because there's forget the guy's name, but there's one guy actor in that show. He literally like looks exactly fucking like me. The fucking bartender.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah, I forget the guy's I forget the guy's actual name, but if you look at 2 pictures of him side by side, he has like
Let me
he has like
find him.
a beard and shit, and like he's an actor and he's like fucking built, but like we look the same.
Oh my god.
Watch 4.
Brandon mentioned it one time and I went, no, you're right.
Yeah,
You just need to get like super ripped like he
You
is.
need a goatee as well.
yeah, like if I had a goatee, what's his name?
Steve Howie.
Steve Howie.
Howie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You see, like there's like if you scroll through Google, there's a couple pictures where you look like it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
it's Brandon.
Yeah,
That
Brandon.
guy's a
right there.
wonderful actor.
You got it when I had long hair.
Or when it's slicked back, like
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Like
right.
he has a goatee and he's like more built than I am. But Sadie and Liv were watching that show one day and they were like, that guy looks like Rag, and I was like, what?
Oh,
put it in the Discord.
Wait,
I found it. That's the one right there.
that's a good one. That's a good
Send that
one.
to
Yeah.
the Discord.
That one absolutely. Yeah. That one looks a lot like it.
Fucking A.
Yeah, that's the only like celebrity doppelganger I've ever fucking had,
But
or seen anyone that looked like me.
so the show's kind of cool because it's also in Chicago, and it's about a chef who basically went and worked in literally the world's #1 restaurant. Like it was globally rated #1, and he ended up going back to his family's restaurant in Chicago after his brother killed himself, and he's running the family restaurant.
That's actually kind
And it's like him struggling with like why his brother was dead and how he kind of blamed himself, but you don't really know that until you start watching a little bit more, and every episode kind of pieces together like more and more of the trauma that he has towards it and how hard he's working to get his brother out of the hole, because he learns he's like in hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt,
Oh shit.
and he decides to inherit all of that for no
Hey,
reason whatsoever.
What did we say last week? Don't take out loans.
Don't take out loans.
Don't take out loans.
Oh man, yeah, don't take out a loan that you can't pay back. Untrustworthy loans, like
and
at
that's
least
a
if you go
good
to
credit
like,
card that you have. Don't spend money that isn't yours. Like, no, it's a bad idea.
the final episode is cool because it does that thing that streaming services do now, where it's like a 25-minute episode kind of show. The last episode is 50 minutes, and it starts off with a huge monologue, and it kind of switches the tone of the show.
Very serious.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. It's a very good show.
Is it a comedy type?
It's a drama comedy, so
Yeah,
like, it gets very
the way that you just described it, and you went, "It's fucking hilarious." I went, "Huh?"
it's very serious and has serious themes, but it's just guys in a Chicago restaurant bantering and yelling at each other. And
Like
shit.
on the line
Okay.
or whatever?
Yeah, and it's pretty
Okay.
funny
For sure.
because he's trying to treat all these people that work at a regular old sandwich shop like they're at a 5-star restaurant, you know, Michelin stars and shit,
Kitchen nightmares.
because he has that experience and shit. Yeah,
Miranda, what shows have you binge watched while you're outstation?
I watched Shameless like 4 times, but like not all in a row. I just kind of like start wherever somebody else
pick
is
it up
at.
later.
Yeah, I missed like a few seasons in the middle, so I was very confused.
oh, when like Carl becomes a hard ass and then he's like,
No, I
An
watched that
RCC?
one. Well, no, yeah, no, I actually missed all of Carl not being a gangster. I missed all of that, and then
You
I
missed
watched like the last.
Carl being a
ones.
gangster.
Yeah, like I watched like all of the last, and then I watched all the way to the end, and then I hated how it ended. That was terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, they should have just waited until after COVID to end it.
I
I think I remember the
yeah,
ending.
because they tried to frame that last season around COVID because COVID was the theme in the last
Yeah,
season.
and like
really?
that was
Yes.
all fine, but like
like-
they should have just.
Because Frank's
Just waiting.
character in the show has always been like, I don't give a shit, give me drug money kind of thing.
fucking love Frank.
Okay.
He's the comedic relief of the show, dude.
Absolutely.
Every time he was on screen and they were watching the show, I would stop what I was doing and just
Just
watch.
to watch
'cause-
Frank.
because it's like playing GTA and loading onto Trevor. It's like, okay, what is he up to?
It's like, I gotta wear a mask? Okay.
Is he gonna
Put
wake
on
up
mask.
this time? Is he in his underwear or is he actually wearing pants?
Is he in a dumpster? Is he in a dress on the top of a mountain? Like, you don't know.
What angered you about the ending of Shameless? Was it just like Frank getting his comeuppance, but just not quite how he deserved it?
No, like I was fine with that, and like Frank died in Barstool and everything. That made sense.
Spoilers.
It was just like they didn't like with Mickey and Ian. They just like stopped it. Like they didn't show anything else. They were like, yeah, no, they're happy now.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they
they're
were
just good
done.
now. Yeah.
Carl's a cop. Debbie's a sex offender. Like they just like
Debbie's a sex
stopped.
offender.
Yeah.
Like there
Wow.
was so
Yes.
much more like things that they needed to explain and they didn't. They just stopped it at that. They're like, yeah, no, sex offender,
And
cop.
Fiona never came back.
Yeah, no, Fiona
She
never
was
came
done
back.
in the
Like
show.
even like if
What?
they were doing
Yeah.
it for COVID, because like the actress actually got COVID and like couldn't go finish it, but like they could have Zoom called. That would have made sense and fit in with COVID or something. And then like Frank, like when he was like doing his ending monologue, didn't mention Fiona at all.
No, when she left the show, the writers pretty much just kind of torched her character. Like, I think they had mentions of her in the seasons leading up to it, like especially with Lip trying to take over the household. He goes, "What would Fiona done?" or something like that. But they didn't really care
Fiona's
about her
gone,
afterwards.
buddy.
It was kind of like how I was hoping Steve would come back at some point. He
And then I
never did.
didn't like how they like ended Liam. It's just like Fiona got custody and was like bye, and then left, and then Liam was just kind of there.
Yeah,
That was it.
Dangling.
Yeah,
yeah, it was kind of weird. Now that you say it, but it was still funny in its last season. It had moments,
yeah.
but Oh, by the way, disclaimer, spoilers.
Well,
Oops.
No worries.
Oh well, if you haven't watched Salem,
Old
you're
show.
not missing anything.
yeah.
There's
Just
plenty
follow
of content in that show, even if you haven't seen. If you have the spoilers, you're gonna go, "What the fuck?" Like,
The show's worth watching.
It's a good show.
it's
I
pretty.
wanted Fiona to succeed so bad, and she never did, which was very unfortunate.
Cool. Sometimes you need
Never
that
did.
in a show, though, to like,
Yeah.
you know,
Drama.
but it makes a better ending.
But it felt like
It's not a
Fiona
sweet
was
one.
the main character, even though it was supposed to be about their family and it was supposed to be about Frank. It was mostly about Frank and Fiona's relationship, really.
Yeah.
That was the core of the show. So when Fiona left, it was
and Frank's
missing that.
alcoholism.
It was like watching
Yeah.
that '70s show, and they're like, "Hey, I'm Eric's cousin."
When did she leave, and what was the reason?
She wanted more money, and they didn't want to give it to her. Her contract dispute.
She also went through like a really hard time. So like she
Mhm.
ended up like Liam ended up getting into her cocaine, and then that's when everything started going downhill because
Oh,
like
shit.
she ended up losing the kids again, and then like because she had
Right.
already
Yeah.
like gotten custody of them to be their parent. And then it started going downhill from there, and then like she went like she just fell off the deep end.
Yeah.
She started drinking, she started doing everything that her parents did. And then she got like an
Into
apartment
real estate.
complex,
Yeah.
and she was like running the apartment complex, but then like it didn't end up working out at the end. She ended up in like a lot of debt.
Oh, right.
So then she ended up just packing up and leaving because she was like, well, you guys are grown now. Like, it's time for me to leave.
Huh.
Except for, like, she left Liam there, and Liam's the youngest. So, like,
The whole reason
He
she
was just
stayed
kinda-
was for Liam.
for
yeah.
Liam, and then jeez, what a mess of writing.
hmm
That's sad.
Nasty.
Because I like that show, and I don't think I watched any of the last season, but I guess I'm not missing too much if they ended it like that.
It
but,
was
like,
pretty-
she ended up completely losing her mind. And, like, she had to leave that
Yeah.
house, or she was going to
Huh.
end up exactly like Frank and Monica.
And it
just
felt
mixed
like-
together.
They retaliated and just kind of wrote off her character to be kind of shitty.
Right.
Because you said what happened to Fiona, and I said what happened to her actor.
No,
Whatever her name is, something Remy.
right. But
From Ratatouille?
equally so, I mean,
Sure.
if they want, I mean,
But-
that show was a fucking hit. I guarantee
Yeah.
they could have given her a little
'cause
bit.
that's why-
and she was the major. Yeah,
That
you said
same
she was
thing that
almost
happened
major.
to her was what happened with Eric from that '70s show. Topher Grace wanted more money because he's like, I'm the star of the show. Give me more money, and I'm gonna go do other roles. He's like,
Right.
I'm gonna be a big movie star.
Right.
Past that '70s show, and then he was in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
hey, hey,
Eddie.
Take it easy. Take it easy. It's Spider-Man 3. Take it easy.
Sorry, yeah.
No, it's Spider-Man 3 to pull no punches.
All right, fair enough.
It was a fun movie when I was a kid, but watching it back, I'm like, "Ugh."
You see all the problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of pulling all punches, though, or not pulling any punches in this case, Battlefield 2042.
Yeah.
What did it do?
Maybe next season we will have actual classes that are designed around Battlefield stemmed like design,
like roles again?
like roles in your class system. So
Instead of having to pick a fucking operator.
yeah, and this game has by far got the least amount of freaking DLC out of any of them.
There's
I
the
mean,
new map just
Even
came
base
out.
game
I-
maps.
Yeah, the new map just came out with the update that they put out when they fixed a bunch of shit. And I played a couple rounds of that map. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
It's in Vancouver or somewhere in Canada, I think. And it's like
Did they fix it?
it's like half. No, it runs a lot better. It
Okay.
honestly
Okay.
it honestly does run a lot better and a lot smoother. And the gunplay is like hit registration seemed to be more on point, kind of
Oh, finally.
stuff
Better
like
now.
that.
The
It- it's-
hovercraft.
it's not perfect still. It's not like how when Battlefield 4 put out its update and fixed everything. It's not there yet, but it
working for it.
is significantly better than the base game version, like
Okay.
when they first launched it.
So
Battlefield 4 still king.
still king.
What's the name of the map? It's like
Which one?
That one.
it's a one like it's a city map with like the two towers as the objective and
Sandstorm.
Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope. Yeah, Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope had a big rework, and there's a
Ooh.
couple of different flags got moved, I think, and I think the like open area, like there's like that one building, and it went alongside that to the other objective. There's like more stuff in between that now. Like there's more instead of open field, there's more vehicles and cover
buildings
and
shit.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, more stuff to move in between them, so you're not running across a field to.
While tanks are just unloading shells.
Just tanks and helicopters going over you while you're trying to just run 100 yards. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
But from what they've put out so far, it looks like they're working pretty good on it. And if like Dave was saying, if they're fixing the class stuff, making it more of a Battlefield kind of a thing, I'm gonna enjoy that. Because I've had a hard time hopping onto that game. I was looking so forward to it when it came out, especially with the fucking
The weather, whatever.
no, what was it? What's the creative mode?
Portal.
Portal, yeah.
Portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking forward. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I can fucking have 1942
execute out of
Germans fighting a fucking fighting just a T90 if I wanted to. It's like, cool. That's what they said I could do. And then it came out. It's like, no, you can play these 4 game modes that we made, or you can run a server and then you can do it.
It
It's
glows
like,
in the fucking dark.
cool. Well, fuck you too, EA.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just gonna play Battlefield.
yeah, I'm gonna go back to Battlefield 4 where shit works.
Best one, man.
Yeah,
Or
it's still
5.
king.
Bad Company 2 is the best, and I'll argue that to the grave. But newer games have come out and have surpassed what Battlefield Bad Company 2 was able to do. But in its day, and going back and playing it, it's best fucking
Was that
Battlefield.
the first one that had Revolution? Or not,
Yes.
like Destructible
No, it was
Yeah.
it was Frostbite. The first Frostbite engine was introduced in Bad Company, the original Bad Company, and that was when they introduced like destructible buildings and shit. But it was really choppy and whatnot. And the controls in Bad Company 1 were horrible. First person. Like, and then Bad Company 2, they released the Frostbite. No, wait. Maybe Bad Company 1, they didn't have the Frostbite, but they were trying the destruction technology. And then Bad Company 2, they released Frostbite engine. That's right, because then Frostbite 2 came out for Battlefield 3.
Okay.
And I think Frostbite 3 was Battlefield 4's engine. Yeah,
I'll give you Frostbite.
Cool.
thanks.
Well, you're
not-
pretty
That's
cold.
cold. Yeah.
Hey.
You know what else is in production?
Yeah.
BioShock 4.
Ooh,
What?
Is that confirmed?
Really?
That is confirmed production.
production.
What
So
are we gonna do now?
could still get scrapped, but they're working on it. That's a
Yeah,
cool
They're
thought.
working on it.
Maybe they'll be on the on like the continent now because they were below the sea.
And then they're above it. Now
they're-
They're just
on the land.
averaging it out.
I think that's what it is too. I think they're in the city now.
Cool. Oh
More
my
in
God.
the city.
Is Spider-Man
on the
Bioshock?
actual planet.
Right.
So it's probably just gonna be like a fucking wasteland, right?
I
No,
don't know.
Like,
I don't
it-
think it's a wasteland.
Well, I mean,
Bring
pe-
back Big
well,
Daddies.
I'm just thinking because like the bunch of people out living in the sea, and then a bunch of people out living in the sky. Like, what the fuck's wrong with the land? Like, they're running away from something, right?
Yeah, the
guess-
U.S.
You know?
government.
Okay.
Fair enough. You got me there.
We had to pay taxes.
Exactly. You ricocheted
Just
off.
lift off.
This isn't my land. It's my airspace, dipshit.
Yeah. It's my ocean now.
Oh man, well we figured that we're.
Did you guys know that like
Yeah.
I just learned this the other day. Sorry, it's because we were talking about the ocean and like paying taxes made me think of
OSHA.
it. Nevada's like 90% fucking federal land. Like our state barely owns any of the state. And then also literally the entire coastline of California until you reach international waters, all the water of California is federal water.
What?
Like it's not technically public water, it's technically federal
The US
federal
government
land.
owns it.
Yeah.
What the
They own the
hell?
waters outside of California. And I'm probably assuming because it's like a huge shipping port, like a lot of shit comes in and out of there from San Francisco and whatnot.
They drew the line at California.
But yeah,
like, this is where it
they're like,
stops.
this is our port and this is our water.
Don't touch my water.
So the port of Oakland. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So that was just a little tangent. Sorry, my
Oh, man.
brain thought of that.
One
But
other
yeah,
thing. I've got a couple more. Embracer is a major developer, and they've been buying up some more studios recently. They've moved Knights of the Old Republic remake to a new studio, so that might be in production again.
Oh,
And
thank
then
God.
they're-
Hey,
Thank God.
They bought the rights to the Lord of the Rings, so they
Correct.
might make a game on that.
Ooh, dude, the PS2 Lord of the Rings is king.
Yeah.
Am I
Lord
wrong?
of the Rings Online was actually a decent game for its day.
what was like the most recent one? Like Shadow of Mordor, probably.
Shadow of War, yeah.
Shadow of
Shadow
War.
of War.
Whichever
That was
one,
pretty
yeah.
good too.
That was the most recent Lord of the Rings
It's
one.
got a little too Assassin's Creed for me, but it's alright.
See that Tomb Raider was also offloaded to a different studio.
Oh, really?
No, I didn't.
Tomb Raider will
Oh,
finally
they're
be.
remaking Tomb Raider?
Well, basically Square Enix sold off a bunch of properties, and one of them included, I think, Tomb Raider and one other Square Enix game that I don't remember. But yeah, so we're gonna expect another Tomb Raider soon. It's probably gonna be another fucking reboot.
Can't wait.
It's only been
It's
rebooted like 4 times
It's the
now.
decade of reboots this decade, honestly, though. Like,
But the game's been rebooted like 3 times already.
there's been like 10 reboots in the last 2 years. Like, like this decade, everyone's
Yeah.
just like,
Reboot.
let's not make original content. Let's just stick with people liked and add a twist.
Yeah, we're gonna make Saints Row.
What a twist.
It's great, but at some point, fans are going to be like, okay, where's the new stuff? And they're like,
I
what,
think-
what do you mean? We're just going to remake the old shit, right?
I think it was a mistake just not calling it Saints Row 5. Like that was I think that was the first mistake because
Yeah.
people were like, "Oh, it's going to be better than the original because it's going to be."
That's what I thought it
rebooted
was.
series.
That's what I thought it was going to be called until after Colton bought it and he started playing it and it just said Saints Row. I was like, oh, it's just Saints Row.
Saints Row. It's a rebooted series.
Yeah.
I read a fan theory where people think that the game should just be rebooted every sequel now, where it's just a new take on the Saints. Of,
That's fair.
Third Street.
Different city, different saints. Yeah,
You can't make a story continuing after 4.
I'm-
'Cause if you played the end of 4, you'd understand.
and especially
The
if you
Earth
went
is
through,
gone.
and especially if you went through Gat Out of Hell, it's like the whole story and universe
No.
is like, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
The
where
thing
do
is,
you
though,
go?
something actually happens in this game that makes me think that it might actually be a simulation inside the Saints Row 4
Oh,
universe.
gross. That sounds terrible. It just needs to be its
That
own
sounds
thing.
like Saints Row. Right?
That sounds like Saints Row.
Yeah,
God,
I don't
Saints
know.
Row 4 was fun.
We need
It's a good
a
one.
Sleeping Dogs game again because Sleeping Dogs was supposed to be True Crime 3, and then the game moved so much through development that it eventually got renamed to Sleeping Dogs. And Sleeping Dogs is
The
great.
remaster for Sleeping Dogs was actually pretty good.
It was.
I haven't beat it yet, but it's decent.
The 360 version was free with gold like 10 years ago, and then the remastered was also free with gold.
That's the GTA one where you're playing like in China, right?
Yeah, you're actually an undercover cop,
You're a co-op.
and you
These are
basically
co-op.
get involved in the middle of the triad,
Oh,
in the middle of Hong Kong. It's a fantastic game. I think it's got a good story.
I think I remember
And
you.
most of the combat is like melee based.
Yeah,
Oh, there's no shoot.
there's shooting, but there's not a lot of it.
They're shooting. Yeah.
It's more of like a Batman type game, and then sometimes there's shooting.
Batman.
Batman.
I do remember when you told me it was on Game for Gold. You told everybody to like fucking just snatch it up right quick.
Which one?
Well,
Yeah, I
thinking
got
about
it. I played
Oh, okay.
through
That
a
was like
good
6 years
majority
ago,
of it.
man.
I remember.
It was a long time ago. I remember because I played through it again because I was like, oh, I'll get all the achievements. And then my game glitched because you're supposed to get all the jade statues in the Kung Fu Temple, whatever it was called.
Right.
Yeah, and one of them wasn't popping up after I did it, so I went fuck. So I gave up.
It's like searching
I didn't
for
want
the
to. I didn't
birds.
want to play the game again because I would have had to play the whole game again.
To get to that one
It
point.
wasn't gonna happen. The point was the end of the game. It was post game.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. I was just running around in the free world after that. It wasn't fun.
Free.
Well,
I don't know. Did you listen to Jid's new album, David?
I have not.
Yeah,
no.
go check it out. It's awesome.
I will indeed.
Jid's new album.
The Forever Story.
For sure.
It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Best songs on it are Dance Now. I think it's like Cody's Blue 451 and Crack Sandwich.
Crack sandwich. All right. Word up.
Are you sure it's not a Viper album? That sounds like a Viper album.
Holy shit! I was reading titles off last week, wasn't I?
I think you on one of his newest videos.
Oh my god, he's got fantastic song titles. I'm just gonna read the updated ones for the week. I love Viper. He's just a fantastic human being.
I think it's
Always putting out music, huh?
yeah,
That's kind of his mantra.
and it's
Fair
just
enough.
he's just putting out videos to put out videos, and it's just some weird ass.
He just put out one that had a crazy good name. Okay, yeah, this one. It's Vipers never said 17 is legal, pops. It was cut and paste lie fabricated by Viper haters. That's the name of
That's
the
the
song.
name of the song.
Yeah. 4 days ago, he came out with a song called "Even Fantano Reppin' Me Now." I'm converting the haters. 3 days ago, he uploaded Town Hall Crack Mix, Animal Crossing New Leaf.
What? Yeah, gameplay. He's got gameplay on his channel.
I don't know. Hold on, let me click on it. This music can't be copywritten.
No, it's just a rap beat with. It's just the okay.
Thank you. But oh my god, did you watch him walk into frame for like a second? Hold up. Look at this. So anybody watching the music video with me, he just walks onto his green screen for like half a second.
What the fuck? He has no shirt on or pants.
That's kind of Viper's MO. 2 days ago, real crack and shortened G's.
Okay.
1 day ago, I Keep It Real, official video. And 8 hours ago, I met Danuke.
Danuke. Oh, DE Nuke, like from
Mm-hmm.
Counter Strike.
Yep.
Oh,
Like MF.
Doom.
Sure.
Meat fucker.
I just love it. I don't know what the name of his latest album is. But he's got a Breaking Bad song from about a week ago. Brandon, you want?
Does he
do you
post
wanna
the
know what
video?
The title is.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a video. It has 4,000 views. It's Fuck Saul and Wexler. I'd have taken the 7.5 years.
I guess it's time to watch some Breaking Bad.
Honestly, man.
That's Better
Yeah.
Call Saul. That's a Better Call Saul
Okay.
reference.
I
Yeah.
still got to watch it, Breaking Bad first.
Oh,
All these
man.
memes I see, I just need to watch the show at this
Yeah.
The
point.
prevailing
Yeah.
theory, I haven't seen season 6 yet, but the prevailing theory was that everyone was hoping the show would end with Huel just eating Kim.
Oh,
just straight up just eating her. And then the sequel, Better Fuel Huel, will come out.
It's just Jesse delivering him meth.
Thanks, man.
Better fuel.
Does Viper come out with a video every day?
Yes, he comes out with a new song every day now.
God damn. All right.
All
Okay,
right.
Drake.
Much to our chagrin.
Yeah, no kidding. That's funny.
Poor guy.
I think he's doing quite all right.
He has over 2,000 albums
Oh, wow.
released.
2,000
Jeez.
albums?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Somebody told that guy when he was starting making music, if you write a song every day, you're gonna make a great song one day. And he was like, "I'll fucking bet."
Yeah,
Like-
you motherfuckers don't even smoke crack.
Crack. Yeah.
Like I've heard that a lot. It's like if you want to write a great song, if you want to make a great picture, like draw 1,000 pictures, draw one every day, write a song every day, and
They say
you'll get better at it. Like it's good advice to get better, I think. But it sounds like that motherfucker just took it as like, "Oh, you like what I write? I'm gonna write 1,000 of these bitches."
they say a picture's worth 1,000 words.
This one's got
He took those words and put it into a rap.
this one's
Good
got
one.
3,014 views. It's I got a network of goons, women with findom fetishes on Hotline, so I'm making real money every day. That's the name of the song. I'm not even
Jesus
joking.
Christ.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Shout out to Viper.
Yeah.
Parties, okay.
He's got a Discord, dude. Hold up.
Please do not join the Discord.
I am.
What if he's in it?
Viper Cord. There's
Oh,
10,000 members.
God. What?
Yeah.
10,000 members?
The
10,000
Viper
members.
Cord.
Yeah, the Viper Cord.
The Vipers. 10,000 Vipers.
That's funny.
That's too many vipers.
Shut up.
Too
to
much
all the
snake.
pairs.
There's
Snakes.
a lot of snake.
Why'd it have to be snakes?
Oh, snake.
Oh,
Those
snake.
That's
these
it.
motherfucking
So in the
snakes
comments
are
below, let me know who'd
motherfucking
win in a rap battle, Jid or Viper.
Oh, God.
Viper all the way. What are you talking about?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He might.
All right.
He might.
All right. We'll see. I don't think so.
Jid's got what? 2 albums?
Hour 15.
There you go. We good? You guys want to
That's
wrap
fine.
her up?
Yeah.
That's an hour 15. Hour
I'll
16
wrap
almost.
you up, Winky Face.
Closing remarks from anybody?
Oh my god.
That's my closing remark. And
Miranda's the most badass person in this room right now. Just saying.
Nah, I agree.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's a good one.
That's my closing statement.
All right.
Ah.
You know where to catch us. Link tree's down in the description. Check out all our socials. We're making a movie. Check out the Patreon if
The
you want to
hominy.
help out.
Yeah,
homie.
we're making a movie, Miranda.
We gotta,
Yeah,
we
I
gotta, we gotta finalize the script.
Well, we have to write the script first.
Yeah.
Man, the script's in my head.
All right.
Oh, yeah, just print it out for me real quick. Can you just print it out so I can look over?
Send me a fax.
It's like a
Yeah.
receipt comes out of your mouth.
Start spitting into a printer cable.
Like Orochimaru and his long ass tongue is just a fucking movie script.
His nose start blinking red, but it's out of paper.
Go.
Fill her out.
Yeah, check out the link tree.
Yes,
Link tree.
indeed. Check out the
Subscribe.
gaming video. Miranda, thanks for coming by. It was a pleasure
course.
talking to
Thank you for joining us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all coming all the way from Japan just to be on here.
Yeah, just to
Yeah,
be here. You're
So
special.
special, very prestigious podcast we run.
She decided to be here instead of the impulsive podcast. So
There you go.
We'll say that.
Yeah.
You,
We'll roll
picked
with
this
it.
podcast instead of Joe Rogan. We appreciate it.
That's a fact.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
Beat of the week.
Be the week.
Guten Abend.